This is really nice, like I already said. My fingers are freezing, and the touch display, by the way, it's not very handy in a weather like this. Hi there, my name is Matti Sulanto. I'm a photographer based in Helsinki, Finland. In this video, I'm going to look at the Cine Style flat picture style for the Canon EOS M50 camera. I'm also comparing the flat picture style to Canon's neutral picture style. If you are new here and you like the content, please consider subscribing to my channel and also click the bell so you won't miss any of my future videos. I will publish a new video every Tuesday. The EOS M50 is a pretty decent video camera, especially for vlogging, but also for some other genres of video. The 4K is a bit crippled and there's no IBIS, but there are a couple of other nice features for video, like the microphone input and really great autofocus with excellent face recognition. And if you consider the price, it's actually quite appealing video making tool. The video footage looks good straight out of camera if you do your shooting part carefully. There are several different picture styles to choose from, and I actually made a video about them not so long ago, please take a look. But there's no so-called flat profile, which is kind of understandable. The M50 is, after all, a beginner's camera. However, I recently learned that there actually is a flat profile or a flat picture style also for the M50, but it's a third-party product. But it's free. It's called Technicolor CineStyle, and it looks like it's originally designed for some of the more serious Canon video cameras like the 5D series. It's still compatible with the M50 and the installation is really easy, so why not give it a try? I installed the CineStyle on my M50 and filmed some test footage. And I also compared the Cine Style to my favorite Canon's original picture style, the Neutral, with the contrast dialed all the way down to as flat as possible. And as a matter of fact, this video is also filmed using the Cine Style flat picture style. The installation of the Cine Style is really simple and the provided instructions are good. You need the EOS utility software installed on your computer before you can start. With the Cine Style you have the same options as with any of the Canon's original picture styles. Interestingly, the Cine Style adds 3 options under the sharpness control: strength, fineness and threshold. When I shot my test footage, I left all the settings as default except the sharpness strength that I dialed up 1 notch to match the settings I use with the Canon's neutral picture style. This is not a very scientific test, but I think it represents pretty well a real-world situation for many M50 shooters. I filmed each scene using the Canon's neutral profile and then the Cine Style. I exposed using the histogram and tried not to blow the highlights. I used the same exposure for both picture styles and shot everything at 1080 50p, except for the low light shots where I used 1080 25p. It would be a lot easier to expose correctly if Canon offered us the zebra pattern. Then you could actually see in which part of the image the highlights are the brightest. When using the histogram, you can just assume which part of the image is the brightest. And it's really important not to blow the highlights because you can't pull them back if they are overexposed, not even with the flat picture profile. If you shoot both video and stills, it's important to notice that the Cine Style produces very low contrast JPEGs. That would probably require some post-processing. My advice is to use some of the Canon's original picture styles for JPEG photography. But if you shoot raw, like I think you should, it doesn't matter which picture profile you use, because you can easily change that in post without losing any data. There are, of course, indefinite possibilities to grade the flat video footage. But I was more interested in the details, and if the Cine Style offers visibly more details in highlights and in shadows compared to the Canon's own neutral picture profile. I didn't do any real grading with the footage. I just adjusted the contrast and tried to make the footage look pleasing to my eyes. The ungraded flat footage shows more detail, especially in the shadows. But as soon as you start grading or adding contrast, you lose some of the extra detail, especially in the shadows. There is also some more visible noise, especially in the shadow areas in low light. And by the way, I think I messed up the focus a bit in that snowstorm. The footage looks a bit soft, I'm sorry about that. It's not easy to make the footage look better than any of the Canon's original picture style footage. You can make it look different, but not necessarily better. The Canon M50 footage is only 8-bit, and the bitrate is okay, but it's not especially high. So there's only so much you can do with any profile, flat or normal. The flat picture profile offers a bit more room for creativity. But it also means extra work. And it really depends on what you're doing if that extra work is worth it. I mean, the Canon footage looks pretty good straight out of camera with any of the Canon's own picture styles. Some people like to adjust and grade just because they can, and they like it. However, it takes time. And that's why some people prefer not to adjust so much in post. Just the editing is enough. And especially if you are a vlogger, you spend quite a lot of time editing anyways, and so you may prefer to get your footage right in camera. I also think that straight out of camera footage from any camera looks better than bad grading. I think you need to have an idea what you want before you start grading. If you just start moving the sliders and twisting the curves without any real idea, you probably end up with some bad looking footage. The Cine Style is free, so it's hard not to recommend it. While I'm not sure how useful the Cine Style would be for me, I still think it's better to have more choices than less. And I've seen some quite beautiful videos made with the M50 camera and the Cine Style picture style. There definitely is potential if you know how to unleash it, but it's no way a shortcut to some cinematic award-winning footage. So go ahead and install the Technicolor CineStyle. It's free. And there's nothing you can lose, but you may gain something. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.